Hey everybody, I'm Donald Miller. I wrote a book called Building a StoryBrand years ago. I'm so grateful it sold about 1.4 million copies to small and medium-sized business owners. And it's all about clarifying your message and creating marketing that works. As some of you know, many people came to me and said, Don, can you make my website? Can you just do my marketing? I'm a writer, I'm a professor, I'm not a marketer. I couldn't make your website if I wanted to. So I decided to certify a lot of freelance marketing folks just like you. We call that the StoryBrand Certified Guide Program. We've had over 1,000 guides through the program. And in the process, by the way, they've made over $100 million collectively, probably a lot more than that, with all these clients. We don't actually get a piece of that. We just hear anecdotally that's what they're making. And it's been really, really fantastic. What we've learned, though, in the process is what it actually takes to build a freelance marketing business. And another thing that we've learned is that you can get to $400,000 in annual revenue as a freelance marketing business owner without even having to hire an assistant. In fact, it's easier to run a $400,000 marketing business than a $100,000 marketing business because you've installed the systems and processes that allow you to scale without the chaos. That is what this series is about. It's all about growing a $400,000 marketing business. We are on video 3. If you've not watched the first videos, go back and watch those. This one is about creating lead generators that actually convert. Let me summarize what this series is about for you. It's about a 4-phase lead engine. That is, bring attention to yourself. This, by the way, was video 2. Getting leads, that's this video. Entry-level sales, and then upsales. This is the system that you want to use to get to $400,000. Today is phase 2, how to create lead generators that actually convert. I love lead generators. I built all of StoryBrand. It's a great business. I'm so proud of it. We have a great time. We have 30 plus people on staff. It's fantastic. I built it all on the backs of lead generators. Here's what I did. Wrote a book, got out there in the market. There are tools in the book that you need to give me your contact information in order to use. So I get at least 200 leads a day from my books. And then I have weeklysoundbite.com, which is my dominant main lead generator. And I get about 100 email addresses a day from that. And then we offer those folks entry-level products and then later upsell them to more valuable products that we deliver. And that has built a really fantastic business. If you're a freelance, independent freelance marketer, you do not have a lead generator. I mean, you've created these for so many other people. You got to create one for yourself. They're absolutely fantastic. The purposes of a lead generator: capture an email address so you can nurture the relationship. Most people buy from you like months and months after they give you their email address, but only if you email at least once a week. It's the trust and familiarity that matter most. Provide real value that builds trust before they ever pay you anything. Demonstrate your expertise. Show them what you can do. Qualify leads. Serious people engage. Tire kickers don't. The big idea: your lead generators should be an example of what you do. Show people what life could look like if they hired you. Now, I firmly believe in the power of one lead generator, or at least one lead generator per revenue stream or division of your business. But if you own an independent marketing business, you want one lead generator that you're focusing on. You want to promote it in all of the attention-getting collateral that you create: YouTube, social media, LinkedIn. All that points to one. Why? Because repetition, you continuing to talk about that lead generator, brings out familiarity, and familiarity breeds trust, and trust breeds conversion. The more people hear about it, the more they trust it. It's not the first time they hear about your lead generator that they download it. It's the 6th, 7th, 8th time that they download it, and now they feel like they know you and they're reading your material or watching your video series or whatever that is, and they are much, much more likely to become a client at that point. All right, let's go through types of lead generators. My favorites rank from easiest to most labor intensive. So you're going to get hooked on creating lead generators, and when you get hooked, you're going to rank more, but you don't have to start with a very difficult one. Very first, the PDF checklist. Fast to create, very high perceived value. AI can create this for you in roughly 60 seconds. You can lay it out yourself. You put it on a landing page that you buy and put it out there. Start creating YouTube videos, social media content that point to that checklist. It's fantastic. I built my company, 8, 9 years ago on the back of a lead generator called 5 Things Your Website Should Include. 5 things your website should include. Built a multi-million-dollar company. Second, not as easy as a PDF, but educational PDF or guide. Deeper value, positions you as the expert. This is stuff like how to overhaul your small business marketing website, things like that. Something that's an educational guide that would help folks. Weekly, monthly content, tips, newsletters. This is going to build an ongoing relationship. I have something like this at weeklysoundbite.com. People subscribe to a video that I send out. I get about 100 people doing that a day. That's a lot harder to create, medium hard. I have to batch film those. I film like 3 or 4 at a time, and that's a month's worth that goes out once a week. But you can do that with a newsletter and make it a lot easier. An evergreen course. This that you're watching, it's an evergreen course. We're also posting it on YouTube, or you can get it at StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com. But it's an evergreen course that is just out there on the internet. We're in a big studio. I've got lighting, I've got cameras, I got a crew recording me, I got sound guys. So it's a lot harder to do. If you think about it, what you're watching now is a combination of an evergreen course and a PDF checklist. It's all in one. The marketing checklist, the $400,000 independent marketing business checklist, and the course of the same name. That's what you're watching now. So that's how I generate leads. Live events and workshops, quarterly webinars, 4-hour workshops. I love doing an event like a summit that is 90 minutes before lunch, 30 minutes for lunch, 90 minutes after lunch. Guests, lots of great content. Make a big deal out of that for about 2 to 3 weeks before you do it, and just get thousands of people into that event. Very hard to pull that off because it's live and risky, but the juice is definitely worth the squeeze. That's 5 things that you can do. Let's talk about some of them. The PDF checklist and why it works. This is the fastest path to capturing leads. Takes 1 to 2 hours maybe to create. High perceived value. I can use this today. Somebody will think, and they're going to want it right now. Easy to update and improve over time. Works as a lead magnet, or it can be a paid product if you want to charge, $10 for it or something like that. Example titles: the 15-point website audit checklist, the small business marketing checklist, the launch day checklist for new products. Tools to create these PDF checklists: Canva, beautiful templates, just drag and drop. Google Docs, free, simple, shareable. Notion, create and export as a PDF. Designer turns content into ebooks. Definitely a great strategy there. By the way, this all sounds like kind of complicated, but you spend a couple days doing this, you kind of get hooked on these tools, and especially on the leads that these tools are able to create for you. An educational PDF guide, go deeper, position yourself as the expert. This is that level 2, a little bit harder to create. Why it works: more depth equals more trust, more time with you reading that document equals more trust. Showcases your thinking and methodology. People begin to trust you and see you as the expert. Can include case studies. You can actually give examples of your work. Becomes a reference that they return to. Really, really powerful stuff. Example titles: the Small Business Guide to AI Marketing, How to Write a Homepage That Converts, The Complete Guide to Email Marketing. Tools to create educational guides: again, Canva, Beacon, Designer, and Visme. Visual guides and infographics. Just 4 tools there using AI that you can do these things pretty darn quickly. All right, let's go a little bit more complicated. The weekly or monthly content. Build an ongoing relationship with your audience. 2 powerful options. One is a weekly marketing tip. Share something you did for a client that worked. This is an educational and a sales video in one, because you're educating people about a marketing tactic, but you're also selling them on that marketing tactic that they can buy from you. Pro tip: charge $50 for archive access. So if you do like 52 of these, charge $49 for access to all 52 of them. You're going to have some people out there who really want to buy that, and those are definitely hot leads at that point. B, a newsletter. Don't make it bland, make it interesting. The name matters. I like niching down. General would be like the Monday marketing fix. But let's say you just want to work with restaurants, the Full House formula, contractors, the Booked Solid Bulletin, all sorts of options there. Tools for creating recurring content: ConvertKit, right? Email for creators, MailChimp, Substack, Beehive. Lots of options for you out there. Lots of these platforms will do most of the work for you. Let's talk about an evergreen course like the one that you're watching right now. High effort, but the juice is definitely worth the squeeze. Here's why it works. Creates massive authority. You literally teach them and you become their teacher. Works 24/7 once it's created. Can be free, lead generator, or paid, an entry-level product. Showcases your methodology in depth. Course ideas, marketing 101 for small business owners. That would be fantastic. I just went to somebody's site the other day. She helps people create videos for businesses. Just a young woman, a solopreneur, and she just has some great on-demand courses that are really cheap. She charges a little bit on how to do video, and of course in each of those courses she's saying, why don't you just hire me to do it? She does fantastic business with that. All right, how to write copy that sells is another course idea. Build your first sales funnel. Platforms to host these courses: Teachable, Kajabi, Thinkific, and Podia. Some great resources there for you to host your on-demand courses. All right, live events and workshops. This is the most labor intensive, but you can and should charge for these. Here's some options. Quarterly webinars, 60 to 90 minutes, free or low cost. We do this at least once a quarter, probably more like, gosh, once every couple months we're doing some sort of webinar. Half-day workshops, 3 to 4 hours, charge $50 to $200. We have one of those coming up for $49. A full-day intensive, premium pricing for that. At this point, you are moving into entry-level products, so you can decide, but they're entry-level products, but they're cheap products or they are free. Platforms to host live events: Zoom, of course, StreamYard, Crowdcast, Eventbrite. Check out those resources for you if you want to create a live event. Pro tip: in your actual lead generator, show your work. One of the great things about weeklysoundbite.com is probably every third or fourth video, I'm showcasing a client that I worked with, Airbnb.org or ID.me or a bunch of other clients. So when people see that I'm showcasing a client that I've worked with and showing them their sound bites and their messaging campaign, they say, well, I want that, and they know they can hire me. So turn your case studies into educational content. You can actually create video case studies. Here's what I did for a client that doubled their leads. Educational and sales video in one. Show the before and after, explain your process. The results speak for themselves. Before and after stories and how you did it and how they did it are really, really powerful. Written case studies, how we helped X client go from this much money to this much money. Include in your PDF guides, on your website, in your emails. Every case study is proof that you know how to deliver. All right, my example again is weeklysoundbite.com. Every week I show small business owners what a great messaging campaign looks like. It's educational and it shows them what I can do for them. The great thing about weeklysoundbite.com is I put that out there every week. Thousands of people watch it. And then at the end of it, I say, if you want a campaign like this, hire a StoryBrand certified guide. You can do that at marketingmadesimple.com. So really, that's an interesting campaign for me, an interesting lead generator, because I don't actually upsell the leads anything. I could upsell them my workshops and that, but instead, I send them to my certified guides to get them business, and then my certified guides stay in the program. All right, the lead qualification ladder. Not all leads are created equal. Here's how to qualify them, easiest to hardest to create. Cold, download free PDF checklist, automated email nurture sequence. If they're cold, they're going to download this free checklist, and you're going to get them into an automated email nurture sequence. Warming, weekly content subscriber. Anybody who wants a weekly thing from you, 4+ weeks, I would send them a personal email outreach. So the folks who just download a PDF, put them in an automated email campaign. If they're signing up for a weekly thing from you, you might actually personally email them, because you're dealing with small ball, right? You're dealing with 5, 6, 7, 20 leads per week. You could just email those folks. I would say if they paid for archive access to something for $49, if they paid you $49 for anything, give them a call. And give them a call within 48 hours. Just introduce yourself, get to know them a little bit, tell them what you do, and say thanks. So glad you subscribed. If you ever need anything from me, that goes a very, very long way. In fact, I'll even make a video. If I get a lead and they go through a sales call with one of my sales reps, I get the name from my sales rep, I get that list, and I will just say, hey, Ben, I heard you talk to Andy. So glad you guys had a great conversation. Let me explain a little bit what the program looks like, and I hope to see you in the program soon. Cost me 20 seconds. It's a loving, kind thing to do for a potential customer. Really, really powerful stuff. Anyone who pays even $49 for your archive or your workshop deserves personal attention. That is how you build a $400,000 business. Bonus assessment tools. We didn't cover assessments in this, but they are also very powerful. You can go to Score app. It's quiz funnels with scoring, Typeform, beautiful interactive forms that you can create, Outgrow, Interact. These are some AI-powered resources for you to create assessments. The Small Business Marketing Health Check would be an example of one that you could use. 10 questions, instant score, personalized recommendations. People love taking assessments. Okay, we have learned all of this from best practices from StoryBrand certified guides, freelance marketers just like yourself. I would love for you to become a StoryBrand certified guide. You can do that at storybrand.com/guide. When you do, inside the certified program, we give you a lot of this content for free. In fact, we make it for you. The Smart Nurture Engine is pre-written email sequences that you can send out. The Evergreen Authority webinar is an actual keynote that you can click through on a webinar. It's a licensed keynote that you can deliver and only you can deliver. 50+ content prompts for your authority content system. This is going to help you send out all those newsletters, weekly emails, positioning you as an authority. But first, I want you to download the free checklist on how to build a $400,000 marketing business, and that is at StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com. When you do, I'll teach you how to create your foundational sound bites. That's your unique positioning as an independent marketing business owner. Your Smart Nurture Engine, done for you email sequences, the Evergreen Authority webinar framework, the Authority content system, what to post and when you want to post it, templates for checklists, guides, and lead magnets. Download it all free at StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com. This is video 3. Video 4 is next, entry offers that close themselves. Once a customer, a potential customer, downloads your lead generator, you want to offer them something. Some examples might be a low-ticket offer that clients experience your value. They just sort of get a taste of it. Something like how to structure your 30-minute marketing assessment, the website overhaul that leads to bigger projects, pricing strategies that don't scare people away. These are some topics that people might be interested in. Go to StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com to download that checklist so I can give you more information. All right, if you're watching this series, video 1 was the lead engine every freelance marketer needs. Video 2, how to get attention without paying for ads. Video 3 that you're in now, lead generators that actually convert. And the next video, entry offers that close themselves. And then the 5th video, upsells, retainers, and recurring revenue. Let's go to video 4 next. All right.